G'day guys. Every couple of days I pop down to my local Target and I check out their Lego section and their gaming section, and generally I check out if there's any new Amiibos or if there's any new Nintendo or 3DS stuff. And while I was there today, actually, I found a new faceplate, which is a Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire faceplate. Now I knew this faceplate was coming to Australia. I actually saw this faceplate when it was up for pre-order in Japan, and I had a bit of a look at it and I thought, yep, it's actually pretty nice, but I didn't think it was for me, so I decided to give it a miss. But when I was up there today, I looked at it again and thought, you know what, it does actually look pretty cool, so I'm going to pick one up and tell you what I think about it. And while I was actually in Target, I had a look at their, really, really tiny Amiibo section. Like, pretty much every store I've been to has a really tiny or a non-existent Amiibo section. This is what the stock levels are like in Australia, so you have heaps and heaps of Disney Infinity, and then you turn to Amiibo, and there's generally Mario and Pikachu. But at my local Target, for some reason, they have loads of Link and a couple of Rosalinas. So I don't know what the Amiibos are like, or the Amiibo stock levels are like near you, but let me know. I'll be curious to find out what they're like around the world. Okay, so this is the faceplate itself. Now, when I actually saw it in store, I was like, actually, the see-through plastic and the shiny silver and gold design on both of these actually does look pretty cool in person. So I thought, what the heck, I'll pick it up and put it on and see what it looks like. Now, you can actually see here they've changed the design of the actual faceplate packaging again. There used to be a perforation here, and now they've just got rid of that altogether. And you can see I paid 17 Australian dollars for this, so they really are very expensive for what they are. Let's quickly unbox this, and I'll put this on my white new 3DS. And they still tear in roughly the same place. Okay, so I know what you're wondering. Is this faceplate gloss, or is it matte, or is it satin? And to tell you the truth, it's actually, it's definitely glossy, but that pattern on it gives it that feel of being matte. It's obviously that gold etching there has been, must have been printed on top of the plastic. It actually looks quite nice in person. And looking at the base plate now, I actually quite like that. It's not quite as strong as what I thought it would be when I looked at it on the internet. So let's quickly chuck this on the actual DS itself. That's what the Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire faceplate looks like on the new 3DS. That actually looks really cool, in my opinion. I didn't actually think I would like this case or this faceplate. Just having a look at how that feels. Some of the faceplates that I first put on, especially the Toad faceplate, had a lot of movement in the faceplate, but this top cover here is very solid, and the bottom cover there is also very solid and isn't moving at all. I don't think it quite beats out the glow-in-the-dark Boo. I still think this is a really cool faceplate. But I've actually got a couple of other faceplates coming from Japan soon. I've got a Pikachu one, a Majora's Mask faceplate, and I've also got a black Triforce Zelda faceplate, which is pretty cool. And I've also ordered a black new Nintendo 3DS from France, because the new 3DS in Australia only came out in white, whereas in Europe it came out in black and white. And fortunately, Europe and Australia share the same region locking, which is quite useful. So that means I can import from Europe and play all my Australian games without any problems. There's been one interesting side effect of these faceplates and collecting them on the new 3DS. And it's quite interesting because I recently picked up the new 3DS XL, the Majora's Mask Special Edition. And it's interesting that every time a new faceplate comes out and I pick it up and put it on, it really just makes me want to go back to this smaller console. Even though it has, as I've gone through in the past, it's got the things I don't like the smaller screen, and it feels a bit crampy in the hands. I just find that every time I put a new faceplate on, it just feels like I've got a brand new system, and I just want to use it again. One last thing I was going to mention, I mentioned in a previous video that I thought, I said rather jokingly that it would be useful if Nintendo came out with a case for all these faceplates, and it starts to make me think maybe that's not such a stupid idea. Like, at the moment, I've just been putting the faceplates back in their original plastic packaging to keep them protected. Because, but I suppose, you know, if you guys have seen a case to put these in, certainly please let me know. I'd be really curious to actually pick one up, and because, you know, sooner or later, I guess, just like the game cartridges, I'm probably going to get somewhat of a collection of these. So yeah, a case wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. In any case, guys, if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. I'll try to get back to most comments as soon as I can. And other than that, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.